So raise a show of hand. How many of you guys were on a call this morning, on the leadership call we had this morning? Raise your hand if you were on that call. Lori, were you on that call?
Accountability or leadership coach?
The leadership call with Raja. We got Edna, Tana, Keon, Nicole, Max, Monica, Daniela, Shante, DTZ, Samaya, Derek, Jasmine, John, Valerie, Navid, Noemi, Ella, Letitia, Johnny, and Minnie, Brian, Nazani. Okay. All right. Michelle, you are not on, right? Man, Michelle. I should not even share this thing with you, Michelle. You'd be too excited. Alireza missed it for sure. Okay. All right. Is there anybody, sorry, good to see you. Is there anybody new that's here that I've not met yet? That we just want to welcome you to the group. I know there's Leona. Mitra is here. Is it George or Jorge? What is that? Nadine?
Ruben.
Ruben? Where are you, Ruben?
Jorge.
Jorge. George, who's helping you? Val's helping you?
Val, yes.
Okay, great. George, what do you do?
Telecommunications.
Okay, telecommunications. Okay. Is this your first call, George?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Coach was visiting them today, champ, while we were on our call.
That's right. That's the George we were talking about. We were talking about you this morning.
Oh,
okay.
Thank you.
Ashmark
Right.
De Almeida from Vanessa's team is also here first time and live in Irvine.
Nice, Mark. Let's go.
I got two
Okay.
George Cash down here.
All right.
We have a
Who? Hold on. Who? You just introduce them one by one. Nadine, Louie, Cindy. Where's Cindy? Where's Cindy who got 3 business partners? Val.
Brian, you said she's on. I don't see her name.
I see Ricky.
Ricky's on.
Ricky's on.
And, Austin is new too.
I'll tell her, hang on. She's coming.
Okay. All right, game on. So you can drop your hand. I just wanted to give you okay, so drop your hand. Let's go. Okay, let's go. You ready? All right, we're jumping in. Okay. So here's what we're going to talk about today. Okay. I'm going to share with you. We just had a great call. We just had a great leadership call this morning, and I'm going to share some of that call with you. We had the call. We had Raja was on the call. We had Johnny Mehrian on the call. We had Rohit Mehta. He's one of our great friends. They're absolutely crushing it. And then we're going to do some discussion. So Mini or whoever is doing our groups, who's in charge of our groups right now? I don't know if Dante's doing it or Mini. So whoever it is, if you can please some discussion groups, create some discussion groups for us. So we're going to watch some of this. We're going to do some questions. Then we're going to go to breakouts, discuss what we saw and what we need to be doing, what we're thinking differently, and how we need to be thinking differently around this to get better result. And then we're going to come back. We're going to do some questions. Ash, I'm going to help you guys, little bit, maybe think a little bit differently, especially about the new art of living. Everybody with me so far? Okay. So, and as we're watching this video or our call this morning, I'm going to stop some of it and then explain a little bit, Michelle. And I want you guys to gauge yourself as we're doing this. As we're going to do this call, a lot of you guys, you know about the new art of living. You're like, yeah, I know about the new art of living. Many of you guys on this call maybe never done the new art of living presentation even. So, I asked you last week and about half of the group that never even done the presentation. And then the other half that's done it, I would say 1/3 of those guys maybe done it more than 10, 20 times. And then there is 1/3 of that group that have done it 10 to 20 times that actually believe in it. Okay? So, and you have to understand there's a difference between a group of people who are missionaries and have a mission and they're talking about a cause versus some people who want to make money. How many of you guys understand what I'm saying? Okay? Have you ever seen a movie? Okay, I'm sure you've seen some kind of a movie at some point where there were people who were just after the money, and then there were people that were after a cause, after a mission. Or sometimes maybe you've seen even a movie that there's some people that go into war because they get paid this much if they go to war. Anybody know what I'm talking about? And then there's people that are fighting for their honor or something like this, right? So like the movie The 300, right? Or something like that, right? Where they're going in there and it's a complete different game. You guys understand? Why is that movie like, you know, The 300, for example, even though it's fiction? But even though, why is that movie is, you know, so many people like that movie? Because there's 300 people going against this massive army. Why do, yeah, sometimes Val, it's underdog, but it's a lot of times it's because they believe in what they're saying. They believe in what they do, okay? And people who believe in what they do, they become heroes of the society, okay? So if you, even if they have a lot of flaws, why do you think Martin Luther King became this heroic figure? He had a lot of flaws, but how did he become the heroic figure? Because of his belief, okay? And his passion and his crusade around that belief. You guys with me on this? Why did Mother Teresa become Mother Teresa? Because of her passion and belief on her cause and what she was doing. Why did Mandela became Mandela? Because of, you know, his passion and belief. And this is why people follow them. Everybody with me so far? So we're literally talking leadership tonight, okay? We're gonna talk about leadership. We're gonna talk about changing the world. We're gonna talk about how you speak. And we're gonna talk about when you speak like this, when you talk like this, and when I say like this, Lou, I mean the talking is coming from your heart. It's coming from your soul. Anybody know what I'm talking about? So, you know, there are people that can explain why something it is what it is, but then there's people who really believe in it, okay? Right now, a lot of you guys understand, yes, multi-handed income. Yes, 10% to the rules. Okay, but I think us watching this video gives us a really good understanding of what needs to change. I was talking to Nicole prior to this call, and when I was talking to her, Nicole was saying, "Let me see if I need an app. I probably need a separate application to open this. Let me see here." Open with, let's see. I had Saban do this for me. I gotta call Saban to tell me how to show you this video. So give me 1 second, I'm gonna show you. It needs to send me in the format. But for right now, can we all agree that there's a difference between the two? I just need to bring this video up. Okay? If you, so put it on the chat. What is the difference between somebody who, if you were to write a definition of it, Edna, what would be the difference between somebody who really believes in something and they talk about it and it's coming from their heart and somebody who doesn't? Let's make a list. Can we make a list? So somebody share the, maybe Val, if you want to, or Nicole, if you're able to share the screen, and if you can write it.
The whiteboard sharing is disabled, right, Val?
No, I want, what I wanted is, Nicole, maybe if you can write down a sheet on the, hey, can you send me the thing so I can share it? So put in the chat, Nicole. No, not in the chat. Like write down on the thing. Like write down all the things that people are saying. What is the difference between somebody who actually believes in it
write it on the whiteboard, coach?
Yeah. So write down
Okay.
as everything that people are saying.
Got it.
Just what is the difference between somebody who believes in something and somebody who just talks about it or kind of knows about it? You guys write it, and then we're gonna ask ChatGPT. Yeah, go ahead and say it as you're writing it. Nicole, go ahead and say.
Passion, conviction, different energy and vibration. Let's see. Willing to die for. From the heart. Conviction, clarity, influence, conviction, fire, energy, passion, higher energy, transferring belief, passion, confidence, different vibration, deep feeling, connection. Someone put results, belief. Did I write belief? Belief, passion, intensity, comes from the heart, magnetizing, intuition, ability to connect with others on the dream, integrity, confidence, obsessed, loyalty. No hardship will stop them to achieve their goals. More conviction and passion when they talk about genius, commitment, belief, motivation, passion, touched by their emotions, white moment, lifestyle, beliefs, drives them. You can see it in them in everything they do. They live it. Code of ethical and moral values, value of importance, something that is great for all, belief, devotion, dedication, high energy, resilience, influence, excitement, power, conviction, passion, strength and conviction, speak from the heart, no hardship will stop them, relatable. This is all one. Focus, mission, sincere, authenticity, vulnerable, hope-filled. About to run out of room. Let me write it here. Authenticity, vulnerable, hopeful, inspiration, head to heart, persuasive, inspiration, head to heart, inspired, devotion, enthusiasm. Do we have enthusiasm on here? Nope. Action, can feel and see it from the eyes, an extension of you, driven, action, relentless, optimism, relatability, action. Do we have desire on here? Action. Anything else? Devotion. I think we got that one. I don't think I put devotion. build relationship easier. Anything else, you guys? Purpose.
Mini, do you have a Mac? I just want you to, does anybody have a Mac? I need to play this from a Mac. I mean, not a Mac, from a PC. We'll see if I can get a PC. Anybody?
I'm on a PC, Cash.
I'm gonna send you this video, see if you can open it up on your PC. Is that cool?
Yes.
Do you have good internet? Because you need to have good internet.
Yes.
Or how about, okay, let me see if I'll send it to you on Dantes.
Was that Nazanin?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to Nazanin and Dantes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to jump in from a different computer too. Oh.
Got it. Ooh, that's a good one. Faith.
Any luck, Dantes? Or Nazanin?
Yes, I have it.
Did you open it?
Yeah?
Okay, play it. You can stop this. So let's watch this real quick, okay? We're gonna analyze this and we're running behind. So go a little bit further, so where Raja starts speaking. And then you guys listen to
Definitely right. I said, let's talk about it, how we can live our life in new way. And that's new art of living. So, this is why we have called this meeting, because the confidence which we are receiving from the market.
Should I play it like this?
Yeah. What do you mean? Just play it, yeah.
It plays about new art of living is completely next level. And we do not want any one of you to miss out this moment, this precious times in our business, which you can really explode your business to the next level. So far, whatever we have done, it has a sense of business. But with new art of living, it is all sense of mission, sense of education. It is more sense of elevating people, sense of purpose. And this is behind new art of living. And the minute that sense change, obviously the perceiving of our idea change as well. So it is completely a rebirth of our business. It is completely a rebirth of our organizations, and especially these three organizations which we are part of right now. And this is completely next level. What you all have in possession today, we never had it before. So let's begin with writing this down, everybody, and then I'll introduce Johnny Marion. So I'll get you guys, Cash. I'll make you a host if you can let Rohit in. All right, so write this down, everybody. Philosophies has power to reshape our perspective towards future. Philosophies has power to reshape our perspective towards future. And that's exactly what we are doing. We are changing the perspective of people towards the future. And that's called new art of living. So let's write this down, everybody. These are some important things to actually educate your people who are coming on board. What is this new art of living? Why we are talking about new art of living, versus the World Financial Group? Because World Financial Group platform is supportive of new art of living, because they are supportive of multi-handed income. Their purpose is money education. So the platform itself is supporting the new art of living, but new art of living is the real juice, the real arc of this whole model that we are presenting to people right now. So write this down, everybody. I hope you wrote down the first thing. Philosophies has power to reshape our perspective towards future. And we are empowering families with how many philosophies? Three philosophies to elevate their future in a major way. So write this down, that majority people are hopeless today. How many of you agree that when we go and see people, we can see that, people are hopeless from their face? from their tone of language, from the way they talk, we can feel that there is a hopelessness out there, which people, really do not see a way out to coming out of the things they are stuck in. So majority people are hopeless today. Write this down. Their life, these 5 things are very important. When you understand these 5 things, you will understand the solution to this is not any company. The solution to this is not any product. The solution to this is philosophy. The solution to this is philosophy. Yesterday when I was presenting what is more powerful, the slide in our presentation, and I was just asking the guy, I said, in these companies, what did they bring new? Is the product is new? Is the philosophy is new? And just simply that person said the philosophy is new. I said, similarly here, what is new? Financial services is new.
Stop it right now.
The company
I'm
is
gonna
new, or
try to stop it.
10%, 3 rules, 3 goals. And
Okay, you stay with me. So far, okay, you should be writing this down, okay? And we're gonna be getting into this. We're gonna master this thing tonight, okay? So get really good at what he just said. What did he just say, Lou? He said, so when he said, are these companies are new, or is the philosophy is new? Isn't that what he said? Okay. So are these companies, so get the lingo. So don't listen to it, be like, oh yeah, that sounds great. It was jazzy, it was very good. Raja said it really good. Wow. No, like get the wording. This is what we're gonna do tonight. Okay. And now, so let me ask you a question. Is the industry new? Is the company new? Or is the philosophy new? Okay. Cool. Exactly what minute we go ahead, Minnie. Just play. Nazanin, play it real quick, and I'll bring it up next time on this.
multi-hand and the self-improvement is new. He said, this is new. I said, people are unknown to this and they're, connected with this. And I said, all the organizations out there who are selling retail products, but they're not as big as Amazon, because Amazon focus on philosophy, which is convenience, which concludes the retail, but others actually focus on the retail. And this is why they are not that big. So what makes you bigger is the philosophy. Philosophy is a solution to the human problems out there. So write these 5 things down to understand the solution. So majority people are hopeless today. Number 1, their life is getting consumed in producing dollars to pay their bills. How many of you agree with this point right here, that their life is getting consumed in producing dollars to pay their bills? Okay, good. So most of you agree with that. And number 2, this is another thing people are thinking in their head. Most people out there, they rely on governments to look after their financial insecurities. How many of you agree with that? A lot of people always complaining about that, what is the retirement income government support will come. And a lot of people are actually choosing the governments today, voting the governments today based on the benefits they are bringing to them. And that's how people vote today. Would you agree with that? Like it's all about, you're voting that party or that
So stop it real quick.
Which is actually more supportive of giving the benefits to you. And then
I'm going to try to bring it up here, Nazanin, from here for a second. But what he just said, and how could you be using that? How could you be using what he just said? Just think about how many different places this could be used. Anybody? So, Letitia, how could that be used? Just think about this in our society today. How many times people, what he just said, when people go out there and they try to go vote, okay? They're voting for some candidates. Mm-hmm. How many times people are voting based on certain benefits that the government may give them? Mm-hmm. Yes or no?
Yes, that's very true.
Just think about this. How many times, how many people how many people you may come across that they're making their vote based on what the government will give them?
Big percentage of people.
Yes? They say, oh, I can get more Social Security. Oh, I can get more, Medicare. Oh, I can get more Medi-Cal. Oh, I can get more this. I can get. This thing will be pay off faster. Man, if I vote for this person, this thing is, I don't have to worry about this. Taxes will be lower, or I don't have to pay my student loan, or all of this stuff. And how much of a heated debate all of these things are right now today in society, where we can actually, because government is never the solution, where we can be the solution. And the solution is what? Multi-handed income. The solution is what? 10% to the rules. The solution is what? Self-improvement. You guys understand that's the solution, right?
Real life experience.
But it needs to go, it needs to go from your head to your heart. Okay? It needs to go from right here to right here. It needs to go from where you can do the present, like you can talk about this freely anytime. Anybody's ready? Boom, you can go in there. So let's go. Let me, Nazani, let me see if I can share it from here. Let's just see if I can share this. Give me 1 second. What minute are we on, Nazani? So I don't have to tell you this, otherwise it will take forever.
5:23.
5:23. Okay, let me share this here. Man, this is gonna be good, but I'm telling you, 5:23. Okay, let's go here. Let's see if you can hear me. And I'm gonna jump on from here.
Election agendas, and mostly election agendas are driven by the benefits they will actually bring it to people. And I think about that. I said, how many entrepreneurs utilize actually government benefits? Think about that. How many entrepreneurs utilize the government benefits? Obviously, they utilize some of the tax codes and other things which are already there. But I'll tell you that they are not concerned about benefits. So look into that. People rely on governments today to look after their financial insecurities, especially retirement, especially raising their children. What support government can give it to them to actually raise their children give them a right education or that type of stuff. And number 3, this is very important to look at, is they lack resources to explore new opportunities. People really do not have the inner resources and outer resources to explore the new opportunities. What a powerful, collaboration.
Can you hear me? You couldn't hear me from the other one, right? But
Yes, we heard you.
Okay, did you guys hear what he said? I want you guys write down these 5 things. Here's what we're gonna do. Tonight, we're gonna increase your leadership ability. We're gonna increase your speaking ability. We're gonna increase your belief. Did you see what he just said? How many people are lacking outside resources, also inside resources? You guys got it? So how do we give people inside resources? That's self-improvement. When you start going to events, when you start get rid of all the old baggage that you have, what did your mom do when you were a child? What did your dad do when you were a child? When you're getting rid of that negative self-talk that people have all the time with themselves. All of those, I had to go to psychiatrists all the time. I had all these doubts and all this stuff that still comes into our mind. So the answer to those is the self-improvement side. And to the outside resources, again, is what? Multi-handed. You start building multi-handed, all resources for everything becomes available. Good? Good.
We can have with somebody where we support them with inner resources. Also, we support them with outer resources, the environment, everything they need to grow in this business model. So you think about that. People lack resources to explore new opportunities. Opportunities are there, but resources are missing. Resources are missing. So this is another issue. And the next one, their financial decisions are driven by trends. Most of the people, you look into them, like what is driving their financial decisions? It's a trend in the market. It's a trend about the stock of some kind, or trend about real estate, or, look into that. And most people.
How you guys understand what he's saying? I got to translate everything he says sometimes. a lot of times people are making decisions based on trends. Anybody know what I'm talking about? So it's like, oh man, XRP is the next thing. Have anybody done the meeting recently? Like, oh, XRP, dude. Yeah, or Airbnb, that is the thing now. Or, I mean, you know how many times I've seen freaking in my career in 17 years being in the business, people say what's the thing, and then 2 years later, that thing is no longer the thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and if they would have just stayed solid and would keep investing in the same exact thing, they would have had a lot more money. Yeah, that's so true.
They make the financial decisions of their life based on the trends going on in the marketplace. And that's very scary to think about. And the number 5 is they are becoming more dependent day by day. You know, people are becoming more dependent day by day. And this technological world today is actually making people more dependent and are relying on you know, all the things around us. The independence is going away. Now write this down, everybody. So these are the 5 reasons of new art of living, you know, to solve these issues, to make people more independent. So write this down, everybody. But true freedom begins when we challenge this cycle. You know, we challenge this cycle. And how do we challenge this cycle? Write this down. When we rise above the survival and start shaping our own destiny. Now, when you think about that, you know, the true freedom begins with when we challenge the cycle we are running in. And when we rise above, you know, the survival.
So you guys understand when he's saying when we rise above our survival. So, you know, it's crazy. Raja speaks such
We start
language.
shaping our own destiny. So learning the new way of living.
So let me explain. When he says we rise above our own survival, if you think about this, majority of people's survival is the cash flow they need to pay their bills. Yes or no? Okay. So when people rise above their own survival, when they start thinking beyond that they can actually make their dreams come true. Okay, let's go deeper.
Is behind everyone's head right now. If you think about that, everybody is thinking about learning the new way of living. So write this down. This is very important line, everybody. Write this down. New art of living is self-defining. New art of living is self-defining. You don't need to define it. You don't need to go into the deeper of that. You just introduce a new art of living. It is.
Okay, so he's going to go deep into this, but I want you to take some notes. Self-defining. What does that mean? You see, for example, WFG is not self-defining. Would you guys agree? How many guys understand? So if I tell you, hey, World Financial Group, is that self-defining? No. So what does that mean, Edna? If I tell you WFG, you're going to say, what is WFG? What do they do? Who backs them? What's their backing? What kind of products do they have? Okay, self-defining means if something is not self-defining, you have to explain. People want to think about it. They need to know more. You guys understand? That self-defining is something that people need to research. But if something is self-defining, then no longer people need to know more about it. No longer they need to research it. They just need to do it. How many guys understand? Man, if I knew, this is so good. I'm just telling you.
Self-defining. You know, people already see, it's back of their mind already that, hey, something has to change to live the life in a better way. The minute you say the words new art of living, it's self-defining. I hope you understand. It is self-defining. It doesn't need any explanation. It doesn't need any explanation. Right now, I recruited the guy yesterday. I said, how many people, directly, I said, how many people we can introduce the new art of living to? That's my fast start. You know, he said, and he started talking. He said, we can go take this to some of the organizations I know, some of the community things we do. We can actually introduce the new art of living.
Okay, he just gave a big tip right now, Somaya. He says, that is my fast start. Did you guys hear that? Nicole, did you get that? Like, I could do a 5-hour training on this. Nicole, Val, did you hear that one? So I hope you guys are taking notes.
It was one line. How many people can we introduce the new art of living to?
Living to. Okay? I did a presentation today. We did a New Art of Living presentation, and then I handed over to one of our leaders, and the leader actually recruited the guy and got him. They're signing up for their license. And today I sat down with them. So he's like, okay, so what is this? What is this thing? What do we got to do? And we're selling insurance, or what's the plan? I said, no. Where did you get selling insurance from? Okay. I said, what did you say? What do you mean by? I said, what did you say? No. It's all about the new art of living. We're changing the world through this thing called the new art of living. And then I started explaining it in 2 minutes. What everybody wants is time and money. And they want to be happy. The only way you can have time and money, one, is you learn the rules of investing. And that's what we do on our platform. We teach you the rules of investing. Two, if you want to do it sooner, you got to learn how to build a multi-handed system-driven business. Okay? And then we teach you about both of these things through our self-improvement. And if you want to be happy, you got to self-improve. You got to become better. And we create a platform, and we create an environment that you can actually come in and learn better and become better. So let me show you. And then I went through the 10% 3 rules, Brian, and I got $500 commitment. I closed him on an IUL. He's got it? Like right there and then. Okay? And then I went and I explained this whole new art of living multi-handed. And then now we're going to go do his event. We're going to do his new art of living presentation. Okay?
There is no talk about financial industry anymore. There is no talk about the company anymore. It is mostly about the new art of living, which is supported by the company, which is supported by the products we have, and everything is out there. But main thing is philosophy. So write this down again. New art of living is self-defining. You really do not need to define new art of living. People are already thinking because they are struggling with the 5 things we talk about, and they wanted to break the cycle. And they're looking behind their head already, what is the new way of living? And the minute you say new art of living, it is self-defining to them. They wanted to hear about it. They wanted to see what it is. They wanted to see how they can empower their future. It's self-defining. I hope you understand that. So right now, leading with new art of living is the only way for explosion in business. New art of living is the only way for explosion in business. I hope you adopted. I hope you align with it. I hope you understand the human problems out there. I hope you can connect the new art of living. This is called, write this word down, internalize. Internalize. I hope you internalize looking into what's happening in the world, what are the issues of humans, and how this new art of living can really solve all the issues which exist on the planet. Last time when I was in a group gathering and I was presenting new art of living, I said, all of you here, can you give me some problems on this planet today? And I will solve that with these 3 philosophies. And one person said time freedom. I said, you will never have it until you are single-handed. Can you be multi-handed? Done. Somebody said, a lot of, anger is happening and a lot of this mental issues, self-improvement. I said that philosophy solves that issue. You look into any problem which exists out there, and these 3 philosophies can solve it. It can reshape your life if you really pay attention to new art of living. So I challenge all of you to internalize new art of living.
So what's the challenge? Internalize. So
internalize means understand the...
Look at this. So what he's talking about, right now, Sunny, if you think about all the problems, this is so deep what he's talking about. Because whenever you think about the problems that are there, like in any environment or anything you look at, right? So I want you to think about a couple of problems. Can you think about a couple of problems? Is there poverty problems? Is there drug problems? Is there ego problems? Is there not helping other people problem? Is there war? Okay. Is there, so just think about this. You can solve war with, now why is there war? If you think about at the end of all of these things, it comes down to self-improvement. When somebody gets offended, when somebody does something else to somebody else and they don't know how to forgive them, yes, and they get offended and they attack a different country. You guys understand how that works? Yes or no? Like, it's so crazy what he just says. It's so little, but it's like So good.
Problems of people. Is WFG as a platform is a solution to all the problems? Answer is no. It's not self-defining. It's not self-defining. If I say, hey, World Financial Group, is it self-defining? People will ask me, hey, what it is. But I say, New Art of Living is self-defining. People always say, New Art of Living. That's great. What it is. You know, how it's a new art. Like, what is something you guys do? You know, 3 philosophies. So company's name is not self-defining, but New Art of Living connects with people very fast. They're already thinking in their head something has to change. And the minute you say New Art of Living, spark. This is just connection with the marketplace out there. So I hope you align with that.
You guys understand you can change the whole thing with this? I don't know if you guys understand. You know, like, for example, when somebody, let's just say somebody goes from one team and talk to somebody else about another person in a different team, say, hey, you should come to our team. Okay? Is that a problem? Yes or no? Is that a character problem? Yes or no? Can it be solved by self-improvement? Yes or no? Right? Is there whole entire industry right now that tries to recruit people from WFG just for like, hey, come here, we give you this? Yes or no? Just think about this. But the solution is what? They don't have this. They don't have the self-improvement. They don't have this stuff. Okay? Man.
Thought process. I hope you see in that perspective and you actually lead the marketplace with New Art of Living. So this morning, this afternoon, all these great leaders here, they will be expressing their feelings around New Art of Living. All their business is exploding. I see Johnny Marion's team right now, they're exploding in the recruiting numbers. I see I think this is very true, that Johnny will probably, their entire team will hit 500 recruits in a month of August. And August usually is the slowest month because people have this vacation mode. But I'll tell you right now, some of the people I see, they're celebrating their birthday parties with organizing New Art of Living. Can you imagine that? Like, what is going on here? Like, this is just, you know, so much mission into it, so much purpose into it. And, you know.
Did you guys understand what he said? So in Ash, in his organization, where people have a birthday, okay? So, you know, he's going to talk about this, but a lot of times, you know, people they might have a birthday and they say, okay, don't bring me a gift. Just whatever money that you guys want to give, we're going to give it to this charity. We're going to give it to this, you know, thing. And now, because this is a difference between mission and business. About business, you cannot talk about it when it's your birthday. You follow what I'm saying? But when it's a mission, you can talk about it anytime. How many of you guys understand what I'm saying? When it's business, I can't talk about. When it's my mission, it could be my freaking wedding, and I can talk about my mission. How many of you guys understand this? Maybe 1% of you guys.
People, same thing. Some people on their birthdays, they actually collect money to donate to the organization of some kind. You know, this is what people do. And I have seen that on social media. But on your birthday, organizing a New Art of Living and celebrating your birthday is just amazing thought. You know, it's just amazing thought. Like, you know, everything you can connect with people on New Art of Living is just going to change your business big time. I think right now, guys, if you think about these numbers, so write these numbers down first of all. Okay, I'm just getting a little excited here, feeling like a convention. Okay, hold on. Dash, you fired up?
Very fired up.
Okay, so let me show you this white screen here. People need to know because right now you're recruiting people for solving their issues. You're recruiting people for New Art of Living. You're not recruiting people for financial industry. You're not recruiting people for, you know, for any kind of company. You're recruiting people for purpose. You're recruiting people for mission. You're recruiting people for movement, New Art of Living. You're recruiting people to solving their life's issues, changing the way they think with the new philosophies and just next level. So right now, when we talk about recruiting, I want you to memorize this. This is kind of my favorite, all-time favorite kind of slogan. And you can all write this down. Below 10 recruits, this is all monthly, nothing happens. What happens? Nothing happens below 10 recruits. So that means I need to be always above.
So, how many of you guys understand what he's saying? Ash, do you understand what he's saying? See, when you have less than 10 amounts of, because when you recruit 10 people to the mission, okay? So out of the 10, okay, you know, 3 or 4 of these guys are going to be busy and they're not even going to show up into something. How many of you guys understand what I'm saying? So now you left with like 5 or 6 people. But Rob, now you at least, when you have 5 and 6 people, now you have some kind of an environment. Now you have something going on in your team. Now you have something happen. Now your time is becoming scarce. Now everybody wants your time. Now there's a team thing going on. Here's our team. Here's the team. There's excitement. There's news. New people are coming in. There's people are asking what's going on. When there's a lot of people gathered, have you ever? This is a perfect example of this. Like when you're driving on a freeway, like when there's an accident, what happens, Ash? When there's an accident, everybody stops to look, right? Okay, it could be a small accident, right? But everybody gathers to look, and when everybody gathers to look, the next person before also said, "Oh my God, what is this? Let me see. Oh, what is this? Let me see." When there's a group, now everybody wants to know what's going on. So there's a power in groups. There's a power in that number 10. Because now few people are showing up. Now you got a meeting after this, Ash. Right now, after this, Ash goes and be like, all right, let me talk to my wife. Right? Goes back to his own world. But if he had 10 people right now, he will have a meeting afterwards. We're like, hey, everybody, we're going to dominate. We're going to go here. We're going to go do this. Hey, we're going to open up in this. Now there is excitement. There is environment. You guys understand what he's talking about when he's talking about 10? There's a magic that happens around that number 10.
10 recruits in my base. Always 10 recruits a month above. This is favorite slogan for myself over the years. Below 10 recruits, nothing happens. Between 10 to 20 recruits, something happens. Something happened. Not something major happened, but something happened. But below 10, nothing happens. Are you all following me here, MDs and SMDs? Are you listening? Because first success, guys, the minute you get your recruiting number to 10, you will have a blast in this business. Ask those people who have 10 or more, and everything which is holding you back right now, you need to bring the entire energy.
So Ash, it's very hard to recruit 10 people to a business. No, it's in your base shop, Katie. But it's so easy to recruit 10 people to a mission.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you recruit to a mission, everybody should be part of it. When you recruit people to a business, not everybody should be part of it. How many of you guys get it? People are busy. They got stuff going on, right? So if you, Rob, I'm telling you, some of you guys, is your mistake. You try to recruit people to the company. When you try to recruit people to the company, there's people who are very busy. They're go-getters. All the best people, by the way, are always busy. The one thing I tell you, you want busy people in your team. People who are not busy, they like to keep it that way. Okay? If I'm bringing somebody on board, you know why? If somebody's not busy, I don't even want them in the team. Why? People who are not busy, they're not doing anything in their life, and nobody wants them. Like sometimes people say, oh, this guy is unemployed. He's been looking for a job for 2 years. Nobody hire him. He has all the time available. We should talk to him. No, man, we're not going to talk to him. You keep that guy, okay? Give me the guy who says he's busy. He got a job. He's making $250,000. His wife is making $250,000. They got a lot of stuff going on. They got a couple of kids. Give me that guy. Because that guy got money. And that guy, he knows that he doesn't make enough money. And he also knows he doesn't have time with his family. He's busy, and other companies want him. The great other companies want him. Give me that guy. That's the guy I want. I don't even know how I went there, but I went there. So let's go.
We are focused on getting your recruiting to 10. And then serve those 10 with 10% philosophy, production goes up. Organize the licensing stuff, and licensing goes up. And register them for convention, empower their winning spirit and their next leaders. Done. But you need recruiting up before you can have that blast. So between 20 to 30 recruits, this is all monthly, something big happens. Something big happens. And above 30 recruits, magic happens. This is my all-time favorite slogan, which
So Sahab, when I got in our organization, when we went over 20, I knew we were going to hit CEO. And Francis, the moment we started going over 30, we hit CEO. We had promotions, we had SMDs coming out everywhere, and I made $500,000. Okay? All you got to do is you got to get your team to 30. By the way, Ash, what is 30? 30 is only 10 people getting 3. You understand what I'm saying? Or 30 people in your team get 1 each. It's not that much. Don't think it's just you. Okay? So.
I actually repeat it to myself all the time over the years. Below 10 recruits, nothing happens. Between 10 to 20 recruits, something happens. Between 20 to 30 recruits, something big happens. And above 30 recruits, magic happens. This is all-time favorite, quote, slogan to myself. I repeat it, I read it, over the years. In my head, I memorize it. And I wanted to memorize it because in this game, you wanted to win here. Nothing will begin until you get your base to 10 recruits. Doesn't matter your MD, doesn't matter your SMD, doesn't matter your associate. And someone told me this long time ago in 2008. And this is why I've been telling people that at associate level, my base recruiting was 30 for a couple of months. And I found out afterwards that when I was doing 30 recruits, I was not even associate, I was actually training associate. Because my trainer forget to promote me.
Oh my gosh.
And most of you will quit with that. He said, hey, did you send it? In 2008, the promotion was manual form. You print this form, you fill it up, you sign it, and you fax it to head office. Faxing head office.
Oh my.
Are you following? And he said, did you send that form? I said, which form? I was just brand new. He said, oh, we're supposed to send a form to promote you to associate. I said, what are you talking about? I don't even know you need to be promoted here. And then, he said, oh, I just forget. We need to send. And I just kind of wrote 100,000 points in those couple of months at TA. And I was thinking, these guys talking about big money and this much comes, but I'm not getting it with somehow. Okay, because I didn't know that I was not even promoted. So 30 recruits is in my head from a long time. Because I know at above 30 recruits, magic happens. Magic happens. You need to understand what is the first thing you will boost here that your production will boost, which you're looking for with 10%, that your licensing will boost, which increase all your compounding effect and evaluation, and your registrations will boost, which actually determine the future leader in your organization, convention. So all this, you need to feed this, which is recruits. And you always need to feed more than 10, more than 10. Tomorrow, actually, I organize SMD meeting as well. And we're going to talk to those SMDs who do 3 recruits and below 10 recruits. And I need to ask these people, what is your problem? What is your problem? Can't you change this 3 to 10 at least? And something happens? Because below 10, nothing happens. Below 10, nothing happens. And what could be more powerful to change your recruiting than new art of living? New art of living is so simple. It is something which people are looking for. And you can't recruit 10? Are you kidding? Like, what is your problem? So below 10, I'll tell you, below 10 recruits, nothing happens. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Below 10 recruits, nothing happens. You do 7, you do 9, nothing happens. Nothing. Between 10 to 20 recruits, something happens. 20 to 30 recruits, something big happens. But above 30 recruits, magic happens. And all you need to learn here is get your recruiting up. And what could be better opportunity than new art of living to get your recruiting up out there as a MD, as a SMD? We can just surprise this company right now, I'm telling you. We can just surprise these people. Like right now we have 1,400 people and this is Tuesday kind of, and then I think a lot of people are sitting in groups. And all of us, we do 10 recruits. We're gonna be 14,000 in between 3 teams. And you can see like company as a whole does 14,000 right now. 200,000
is to Raja. Earlier in the year, I liked the philosophy. I liked the concept of the philosophy. And after a couple of conventions and obviously spending more time together here.
Max, listen, everybody, listen. I'm gonna put you guys in groups, and you guys gonna go talk about this in a second. I'm telling you, okay? He's gonna talk about some real good stuff.
Here, I began to understand the philosophies more. But from this last convention, both of them, one at Rogers Place and the other one in Dallas, right? My belief level in the new art of living and my belief level in the 3 philosophies completely skyrocketed. So I want everyone to kind of understand what Raja's talking about, the difference of WFG and the new art of living. WFG is the business. New art of living is the mission. WFG is the vehicle that people use. But new art of living is the engine that drives that vehicle. So, can I get to my destination without a strong mission? No. And I believe that one of the reasons why recruiting, where we've gone from an average of 200 recruits a month, and by today or tomorrow we should be at over 400, and then we're going to go towards 500, is that instead of recruiting to a business, we are recruiting to a mission. A business cannot solve all the problems, but a mission can solve all the problems. And a business most people will do when conditions are good. A mission you do regardless of the conditions, right? So, one of the things that I can recognize in our team, and I'm going to give you a few things that are really, really working for us right now, is we've gone away from a business talk. We're not recruiting to WFG. We are recruiting to the new art of living. So I'm not recruiting to WFG's platform. Again, WFG's platform is the support system. WFG's platform is the vehicle. But my main engine, my main fuel, the thing that fires me up, excites me, that connects to people is the new art of living. So number 1, I've moved the new art of living from my head to my heart. And I think that this is something that needs to happen for every single one of us in here, where you recognize that the new art of living is not just something nice to say to people. The new art of living is not a nice campaign. It's not a nice slogan. The new art of living is really the new way of living life. The new art of living truly, 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 truly is the solution. Last night, Raja knows this, I was at one of our teammates' home. Raja, Vino, with traffic, it took me 2.5 hours to get to his home. We were strategizing his CEO plan. This is a marketing director, guys, that came to convention with about 12 people, and we've identified 6 that are in the 11 lights. They're literally in the process of 11 lights with Vino. And long story short, I spent a good amount of my time last night not talking about WFG, talking about new art of living, talking about multi-handed, talking about 10%, 3 rules, 3 goals, self-improvement. There was a doctor that we have recruited in our team, right? In Vino's team, there's a guy sitting on my left who's a doctor. And we were talking about the power of single hand versus multi-hand. right? And this guy's coming to October convention, and he's going to be the next SMD 100K. There was another gentleman sitting there who's a sergeant at Chino Hills Correctional Facility, a jail facility, for 17 years. People know this man, but that is also what? Single-handed. He works 60, 70 hours a week. Can a business solve that? Or can a new art of living solve that challenge? I want you to think about this. For many years, WFG has not been able to solve people's challenges, but the new art of living is the answer to solving all those challenges. So this is number one, the belief level of new art of living. I'm not someone that likes it, and I'm not someone who understands it. This is not something I feel I'm going to do now, and 3 months from now, something different. I truly believe the future of our business is the new art of living. This is a very, very refreshing direction. And I don't want any distractions from any of it, because this is so powerful. The second thing that is really helping us right now, and I've expressed this to Raja, are gatherings. Are gatherings. You know,
Listen to this part, yes? Listen to how you do gatherings real quick. Very good, some real good points. Take some notes. We're going to go to breakout soon.
Are we still doing one-on-ones? Yes, we are. So I say that because I don't want anyone to all of a sudden turn around and say, oh, no more one-on-ones and only gatherings. And it doesn't mean only one-on-ones and no gatherings. You need to be able to do both. And one of the things that we are getting better at, we're not the best at it yet. I told this to Raja the other night. I don't think we're fully there yet, but I can recognize a shift within my team is they're more coachable to doing gatherings. So I'm recognizing in a weeknight, there are gatherings at people's houses happening. Now, let me ask you something. Is it about having a big living room, or is it about having a big mission? Is it about, Johnny, I don't have a big house, so I don't want to have 15, 20 people come over? Or is it about solving the big challenges for people? This is not about if you have a nice house or you have a small apartment. I don't invite people. Get that stuff out of your mind. It's not about small apartment, big apartment. It's about big mission. It's about big vision. It's about big numbers. And that's going to come from what? Gatherings. I'm going to give you a couple of stories. This past Sunday, Raja, one of our SMDs that almost never even does 10 recruits in a month. Okay, you just talked about less than 10, nothing happens, right? 10 to 20, something happens. 20 to 30, something big happens. 30 plus, magic happens. Guys, you got to memorize that right away, right? If Raja Dhaliwal is saying this is a slogan I've always told myself, what does that mean? That needs to be a slogan in Africa, something that you're always telling yourself now moving forward. Raja, we had an SMD this past Sunday, recruited 10 people. One presentation. Here's an SMD, Rick Roman and Monica, that they never ever do double-digit recruiting, 10. And with the new art of living, they did 10 this past Sunday. One meeting, one presentation, brother. Within a couple of hours, 10 recruits. Now, I'm going to get to that part of recruiting on the spot, right? Because I know I want to touch on that for everyone a little bit. But before you get to the recruiting on the spot, it's what? Gatherings. The invitation to a new art of living gathering, guys, is very powerful. More powerful than, hey, Rohit, can I have a one-on-one? I want to share something with you. I want to show you something. No. Hey, Rohit, what are you doing Thursday night at 7? Brother, I've got some friends, some family. You know Raja. Raja's coming. You remember my friend Cash? Yeah, my cousin Cash is coming. We're just doing a small gathering of the people I love closest to me. And I want to share with you guys something called the new art of living that's so powerful. In fact, let me send you the invitation. That's it. People love being invited somewhere. People love having a little bit of food and stuff. Last night at Vito's house, that's what we did. He ordered some food from one of his restaurants. We put it out. We sat down with all the teammates. And for 4 or 5 hours, we had food. We had conversations. Right now, we're talking about New Art of Living, multi-handed, SMD 100K outlets, CEO, founder mentality, right? I could do the same with New Art of Living presentation. Now, by the way, gatherings can be done daily. Gatherings are not monthly. I could do one gathering at Raja's house Wednesday night with 15, 20 people. And then Thursday night, I could be with Cash. And Saturday afternoon, I could be with Rohit. By the way, guys, one gathering of 10 to 15 people can help Rohit complete his first 7 lights. His first 7 lights, I can complete one presentation, 1 or 2 gatherings. So my philosophy today is present in groups, follow up one-on-one if I need to. Present in groups, follow up, close one-on-one. So this is the second thing. Number 1 is belief system. Number 2 is gatherings, larger numbers. Third thing I'm going to give you is the New Art of Living has a very strong way, and this will be one of my questions to Raja, but the New Art of Living, guys, has a very strong way of changing the way people think, their perspective of things, when it's done right, when it's explained right. Now, in that, I want you to understand something. You will have people, because at the end of the presentation, what are you saying? At the end of the presentation, you are saying, Raja, guys, let's say I'm in a group. Hey, everybody, we have 3 choices now. Number 1 is, for those of you that are interested in multi-handed income,
So
right?
you're showing right now how to close on spot.
Yes.
Okay, good.
This is my third point, right? First point was the belief.
Watch this. You listening? A lot of you, where did you go, Reza? Watch this. This is, Hossein, look at this, because we're going to be doing this. Brandon, you looking at this? You sure? Noemi? No, if Noemi gets this, she will get like 20 business partners this week. Noemi, you listening? Like, really listen to this part. This is what we're going to be doing.
Level, Raja, that someone has to have. They got to move this thing from their head to their heart. They got to move this from
I think it's so,
business to mission.
just a comment on this, Johnny. I think it's so easy to move New Art of Living from your head to your heart, because previously we wanted to move business from head to your heart. It doesn't work. No business can move from your head to your heart. When you look into New Art of Living as a mission, missions move from your head to your heart. Businesses don't. Businesses don't. I hope you understand that. And one other comment here, Johnny, like what I see, if people, leaders talk about New Art of Living, no new recruit can mess up with approach. There's no more mess up. Like when people talk about World Financial Group as a company, they mess up.
Listen, Edna, did you get this part, what he just said? You cannot mess up when you talk about the New Art of Living. How many guys understand what this is? See, when they ask you so when a new business partner gets started, okay, where they do not have all the answers to exactly who owns WFG and who is this and how is this, they can mess up because they can ask questions and then they don't know the answer. But they cannot mess up about the New Art of Living. What is it about? It's about the New Art of Living. What is it? Well, it teaches people how to build businesses that's system-driven, it's multi-handed. Okay? What is it more? Well, it teaches people how you become wealthy. Well, what is it? It teaches people about self-improvement. So a new person can start talking about this without killing their market. How many guys understand? People can never talk about the new people, you guys, that we bring on board. If they, as a matter of fact, the number one way people kill themselves in our business is because they go out there and talk to people about the business. And they don't know enough to talk about it. And people ask questions and then boom. Okay? But if you start talking, if they start talking to the New Art of Living, that's a problem. People can ask questions. They can answer. There is no dying. So, let's go a little bit deeper.
up. I said, what they do? Oh, they actually get you insurances or whatever. You know, that just, they mess up. But with new art of living, if you put this seed into the head of new recruit, we are all about new art of living. You know, we're going to take this new art of living to more people. They can never mess up. How can somebody mess up new art of living? You tell me.
No, you can't. You can't.
And what is the biggest hurdle we had earlier? Our new recruit mess up the approach into their market. And now with the new art of living, our new recruits can never mess up. Even you don't do any follow-up with the recruit. But you just tell them we're going to take new art of living to more people. That's all. They can never mess up. They can go talk to their friend, hey, I just started new art of living. How can they mess up this? Oh, what is this? This is multi-hand income. You can't mess up with this. This is self-improvement. Oh, that's great. This is 10%, 3 rules, 3 goals. You can't mess up with the new art of living, even as a brand new person. But you can mess up when you talk about financial services. You can mess up when you talk about company. You will mess up. You need to explain people what is different in this company versus this company. Not anymore. No. You need to explain people what is difference in this company in financial services and a traditional financial services. No. Nothing to do. New art of living is self-defining. You can't mess up with this. But still, our leaders are not leading recruits towards new art of living. In that perspective, they are still planting the seed of business, company, financial products, like that type of stuff. And this is why it's slowing them down. So you understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
You know, people can't mess up with new art of living, even they are brand new in business. They can't. Go ahead to your approach.
So my third thing, guys, is the opportunity of actually recruiting people on the spot, because there is an opportunity for that. And at the end of the presentation, what we're all telling people is, hey, if you're interested in multi-handed, choice number 1, right? In multi-handed, then we will help you get enrolled. You literally say it right there, right? And in the US, AMA is $125, right? Plus about $30 licensing for Excel. So you're telling people right there that, hey, we can get you enrolled, we can start your government licensing and train you on the system. All right? So here's my thing. If Cash is ready to join, why don't I just recruit him right there? Simple. If Cash is giving me a feedback card and Cash goes, I'm interested in multi-handed or both. Great. Cash, let me show you what the next step is so we can get you started, brother. That's it, guys. I am going to take the assumption, listen to this, I'm going to take the assumption that he's ready to move forward. Now, if he says, great, what do I need to do? Let's get you registered. I can sign him up on my phone. I can sign him up on laptop, iPad, whatever, like you normally would do. Now, if Cash goes, well, I've got some questions or whatever, then I can set up a one-on-one. That's not a problem. So when I'm in a gathering, right, the key thing is that you're going to have, because there's magic in crowds. And normally, if someone sees Cash signing up, there's something called, there's influence there where they go, well, oh, that guy's signing up, maybe I sign up too. But there is this opportunity where on the spot, and most people, everybody asked me, like, Cash the other day goes, what are you saying? What are you doing? And my response is, it's just a very straightforward talk. Hey, Cash, I see you're checked off multi-handed. Let's go ahead and get you started. That's it. Well, how do we get paid? All of that we're going to teach you in the training class. What are the products? We're going to teach you that in the training, right? And I let people know that almost everything they want to know more about, they're going to learn in the training process, right? They're going to learn it in step 3. They're going to learn it in step 4. So I'm not worried about answering too many questions on the spot, right? But I am going to take lead where I come up and say, hey, Rogan, I see you checked off both of the above. Yeah. Well, hey, why don't we sit down over there on the couch? Let me go ahead and show you what's the next step so we can get you started.
So, Johnny, don't you think this is also an issue in people that their own personal belief and perspective is more about follow-up than closing on the spot?
Okay, this is real good. There's 2 more points you got to get. Okay, there's 2 more. We're almost there, Harvey. Harvey. Okay.
Because people walk into the meeting and they already thinking in their head as a presenter that they're going to lead this meeting to follow-ups. Or they can think and believe that they're going to wrap up people right now. This is what I said to this guy I recruited yesterday night. I was about 70-80% of my presentation. I paused. I said, isn't this life-changing so far? He said, yes. I said, generally, people see something like this and why their life don't change. I just start talking to him, and he said, why? I said, because most people at the end, this is a general comment they make. I wanted to think about it. So I said, listen, people wanted to think about a new way of thinking with the old way of thinking. Can you imagine that? Like it doesn't happen. Decision never got made. So he never gave me that excuse at the end. I wanted to think about it because I already diffused it during the presentation. I said the number 1 reason people do not elevate is a decision. Decision. Look into your life. Look into your life. This is self-improvement. So far, whatever you have accomplished, whatever you have achieved, what is behind it? Is decision. Yes, no, decision. Johnny, would you agree with that? Or
Yes, 100%.
we made a decision at some point about everything we have. So now everything we will have needs a decision. Now, why decision is not made? Because people wanted to make a decision about new way of thinking with old way of thinking. And they will never make a decision about a new way of thinking by thinking in the old way. You understand what I mean? And the minute people understand this is something to make a decision right now, when you're thinking, what happened? When I communicate, we share and express thoughts, your thinking gets next, like elevating. Now, either you make a decision now or you will draw back to the same and you will never make a decision. All it takes is a decision. And you are actually, personally as a leader, when you're presenting, you're already thinking about delaying that decision. And I'll tell you, if you think about delaying that decision, you need to believe that either decision is made right now or chances are decision will never be made for almost 99% of people. You need to believe that first. I believe that 100%. That either the decision is wrapped up right now as the thinking is elevated, or the minute they leave, their thinking drops back, there's no decision. You start looking into that perspective, you say, I'm going to walk into this meeting, I'm going to recruit all of these. This is new art of living. These people have no clue that when they go into the thinking mode, an old way of thinking can never decide about a new way of thinking. It's just so simple. They will never decide. So decision is something you can actually, you can have these comments during the presentation early on. Don't try to pitch the closing things. This is old, guys. I'm telling you. This is old way of some salesmen are teaching that, hey, learn the closing skills. No. Closing skills, closing pitch at the end doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. Closing pitch at the end, people know that you're trying to close them. No. You need to close them during the presentation. That's the actually way out to close everyone in the group meeting. Everyone in the group meeting you can close just by dealing with those at the end. Like I was very direct in a group. I said, you know what? This is life-changing. Guess what? Most of you will never change anything. Because general comments at the end, I wanted to think about it. I said it directly to people. You will never change anything. I wanted to think. You wanted to think about new way with old way. What are you talking about? This is just 100% close. I'm telling you, you're going to close everybody if you change your own perspective, your own belief. That is not a business for follow-up. It's a thinking. new way of thinking, either you decide now or you drop to old way of thinking. Done. This is no comeback here. Okay, anyways, back to you.
Well, Raja, and I'll just connect the dot on
You can
this.
translate.
Yeah. No, just the way I look at it, guys, is self-improvement is required for multi-handed. And self-improvement is required for 10%, 3 rules, 3 goals. And in that means people, the best investment that they can make is the investment in themselves. And when you're talking in the presentation and you're connecting self-improvement to multi-handed, self-improvement to 10%, 3 rules, 3 goals, and how we provide all of that here, part of the new art of living, I don't tell people come be part of WFG. I tell them be part of the new art of living. Right? They might not even know who WFG is at someday, to be honest. Right? They're just gonna know new art of living. I won't be surprised if someday someone turns out and says, hey, what's your company? It's the new art of living. That is the amount of what I press on with the new art of living. And Raja, you're right. Through the presentation, through that conversation, you are leading and planting the seeds of them making a decision to join with you at the end.
That's right. That's right. That's the secret. That's the secret. There's no closing pitch at the end.
No.
You're actually closing them as you go.
Yes.
You're pausing after some slide and say, listen, like you just do this self-improvement techniques. This is all self-improvement. I'll tell you, the entrepreneurs has one ability to decide. That's the most powerful ability entrepreneurs have. Decide, decision. Sometimes my family gets fearful because I decide very quickly. They say, oh, this is crazy. Like the way you decide, it doesn't work like that. What are you talking about? And people who make decisions quickly are courageous from the connection with the spirituality. I'm telling you, the main thing you have the faith and I'll tell you, the mind and the soul, you need to understand this whole power. When you actually go to mind level to decide about your life, it doesn't work well. But when you have a gut feeling, inner feeling, this is something, and that is message coming from a soul level, you decide on the spot. Because your mind will run you in the cycles. It will never let you decide at the end. And I'll tell you, living a powerful life versus the average life is all about a decision. It's a decision. When somebody came to my house, if I never understood anything, this guy was talking about this thing and that thing, potential, I understood nothing. And I thought this guy came on this nice car and there 3 people came to my house to present. This is my first meeting with this company. And 3 people came to present it to me. These 3 are not coming here to lying to me about 125. Let's make a decision. Decision. This all needs a decision. I'll tell you that decision.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right here for right now, for sake of time. But was that so good or was that so good? I should say, was that so good? So great. Okay. Okay. So here's the deal, Robin. You ready for this? Okay. So there was a lot of stuff said. Yes? There's a lot of stuff said. And here's the deal. So Daniela, you have my breakouts. We're gonna do a lot of stuff tonight. I know it's past our time, but a lot of you guys came late anyway, so it's the beginning of our time, really, technically. Okay, so so Daniela, you have you have the breakout champion. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna really help you guys right after this. Okay, so all I want you to do, go to the breakout, Brian. And by the way, we have accountability and all that kind of stuff. But go to the breakout, have a quick discussion about this. What did you learn? What can you implement? How can you take this thing and make it a belief thing? Okay, instead of just a business thing. What will happen to you if you actually do that? How do you do that? Have a discussion about what you learned. Couple of things you got to say. Why is it important? Why is it important to have gathering? Why is it important that it doesn't matter the size of your living room? It has the matter of the size of the mission. I know already half of you guys thought about that people don't fit in my house. Yes? Okay. So let's go in there and let's go. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes only, okay? So
5 minutes.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi,
hi.
Sapron, Letitia, Melissa. Yeah. So, hey,
Hello.
lead away. Just what do you guys think?
Amazing.
Oh gosh, pretty amazing. I don't know. Speechless. Just so much very good information.
Okay.
At
Yeah.
some
And
point,
be
it was so
specific.
deep.
Be something specific, Leticia?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, what I get to me, it was like the gathering, that we
Okay.
need to do more gathering. I think that's something that we never think about it. Like we think one-on-one, but the gathering, I think that's a big impact.
Yeah. So in the gathering, we're going from teaching people about the business, right?
And then power of living.
And then the new art of living. It's
Mhm.
because the business doesn't help people. You don't get results with that in the gathering.
No,
It's the philosophy of the new art of living.
the new art of living, yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was very powerful.
Yeah, like he said, you cannot mess up when you talk about the art of living.
Yeah, love it. Really good.
Mhm.
Anybody else?
I was going to say, because we've done a few presentations and I kind of love what Raja and Johnny were doing between the closing, and you don't really have to close. If you do during the presentation, okay, well, a lot of people are going to say that they want the change, but they don't do the change. So actually getting them into the decision-making mode before it comes to that last slide and closing them, then it's not even a choice to close. Then it just becomes a discussion piece. I think that was huge because every time we close, it's like, oh, you kind of see the look on people's face. They know that it's coming. But with the way that they presented it now with the new art of living and it being the new art of living and presenting and making the decisions to change your life, the decision now actually means to either make the decision or to not make the decision. Well, and people are going to choose one or the other, but either way, they're going to make a decision when it comes to the end of that meeting by leading into it a certain way.
Well, the decision making is like leading the people, helping them understand that their old selves can't make a decision.
Exactly.
That if they know that there's a new opportunity, right?
Exactly.
Then there's a new season. That's what he talked about. And then the close, be okay with on the spot, having them do the 125 and the 35 on the spot. Being comfortable with that, leading them, not waiting till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that
And I
was
think
really good.
you usually sometimes you don't think on that closing on the spot, or when you can take breaks and you can close them.
Yeah. So not postponing things, but on the spot, but helping people understand that if they're kind of on the fence, it's because they're still their old selves, and they're not allowing themselves entering a new season of a new self.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I do agree with everything. You already said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
I like the part that he was actually saying about like, people not willing to change or something like that. At the same time, is changing the habits too. You know what I mean? And some people say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's true that you need to save more money. It's true that you have to have income protection, something like that. But they're not changing their money discipline. So this is something that I think it's actually can be said that, yet, you know what? These are important, but yet people still actually having the same money habit.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
if you want to really make a change, now it's time for you actually commit with your money discipline and focusing on saving 10%.
Yes, the new you.
Exactly.
The new you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's time to, revolutionize yourself. And also yes, of course, if you want to have a multi-handed income, but you doubt yourself, that's why we need self-improvement. And yet you need to actually willing to and take on the self-improvement. Because a lot of time I talk to people, oh yeah, I don't like to talk to people. Oh, I'm not good at sales and things like that all the
That's the old
time.
self.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think it's good for when Raja said that, you know, like you really like say, kind of like a, you know, they, if you say that before, they know that, oh, if I say that, you're a loser.
Right. I think the key thing that Johnny Merriam said was when we share the business side, the saving side, talking like a producer versus the philosophy of why we save and how it protects our families. It's a whole different approach.
Yeah, can I add something to that, Letitia?
Sure.
Because the new art of living is the next level. And before we were talking about WFG, and now we're talking about the new art of living and the philosophies. And before, the vehicle was the system and the engine was the education. Now the engine is our philosophy, and the WFG is just part of the system that's going to help get us there. So it is a whole new philosophy in the way that we think. It's just the vehicle. WFG is just now the vehicle. It's no longer the engine that drives it. The new art of living is what is driving it. And I love the philosophy that they bring with that, because I feel like the financial industry is so honed in on what we can get for you and how much is it going to cost you. Whereas the new philosophy is this is education. We're teaching about self-development, 10%, 3 rules, 3 goals, and multi-handed income. And we're educating them as we go along with it.
Yeah.
So I think that it is totally diverse in what we're doing.
It's the mission. It's our mission.
It's a mission before the commission. It's truly become the mission.
It's the movement.
It's self-reliance. It's the mission of self-reliance. This is why we need to save 10%. Why this is the mission of 10 roles and 10 recruits that empowers family.
Yep.
That's the mission. And you don't have to talk about products. You don't have to talk about this.
No.
Yep.
That's the language. That's the lingo. That's the mission. Yes.
Yeah. It's
so-
just only selling the philosophy and make them understand it and actually into it. The whole point when we're talking sometimes, you know, when I see people or when we talk about philosophy, some people still cannot connect it well. And so my point is totally focus on how we make people really get alert about what we say and, you know, really can reel them in. Like, oh, this is, you know, the philosophy, and this is what people need because you need time, you need money. Now you have no time. Even sometimes people, you have no money.
All right, welcome back. Let's mute everybody. Good job. We still got 90 people left on the call. So give me some feedback and then give me some questions. Feedback, question.
And recruit minimal.
Let's go. For you, bro, you're at 7. You got to get to 20 now. I don't know. I'm telling you.
We're going to work on 20.
Great discussion, Cash, and I can say that tonight is much more for me understanding compared to the morning, because we talked about that, we discussed about that, and I'm going to say that the most important for me that is the game starter is whenever we have 10 plus recruit. That's really important. Double-digit recruit. The only time this game started, I'm not going to be happy with 3 or 5 direct recruits. So game started with 10 recruits. And the other thing that I can say that is really important for me is that, mission is important. Nobody going to mess up with our mission. Maybe with product, with company, they're going to mess up, but not with our mission.
Yeah, because
and our philosophy.
How could you quit when you have a mission? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't quit. How do you quit? Like, how do you be like, yeah, I believe in system-driven multi-headed income, and then go back to your job tomorrow? You know what I mean? So
True.
Once you believe in the mission, you're screwed forever. Okay?
That's true.
You're like, you can't go get a job after that one. Okay? Okay, let's go to Ash. And then I go to Tom.
So I had a great conversation with Brian. The way I see this, and this was probably one of the best base job training I've been part of, believing in the mission itself is a self-improvement. It helps you grow. Promoting a product and a company doesn't require self-improvement, right? You have to recite from brain. But if you believe in the philosophy and the mission, you don't have to recite from any notes, any presentation. You believe it in heart, so it just pours out of you. You don't have to look for words. It just comes out. And you believe in it so badly that nothing can stop you. Nobody can come up with a negative thought to change your mind and opinion. And that itself, it just improves you as a person because you believe in it. Just like a missionary and a person of faith. They have to be on their best behavior because they are on the mission to promote the philosophy and the new way of thinking. And not just a product. And they're not easily persuaded otherwise.
Very good. So you guys, this is so true what Ash just said. Because when it's a mission, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to read this slide. It just comes out of you. Okay? Just very simple. We teach people about the new art of living. You know how people, most people, what do they want? They want time and money. Okay? How many of you guys know somebody makes a lot of money, don't have any time? How many of you guys know somebody who has a lot of time, they don't make any money? How many of you guys know they have both, but they're depressed all the time? Okay? So the new art of living, it shows you a way where you have time and money and you're able to be happy, okay, at the same time. It's like literally I can explain this in 2 seconds and there's no right way of saying it or wrong way of saying it. It just comes out. A new person cannot screw it. This is so important. The new person cannot screw it. They always want to get other people on it. Okay, they're not like, oh, let me be licensed to get somebody on. Okay, it's a mission. You understand what I'm saying? It gets rid of all of these things. You can talk about it everywhere. You can talk about it at your birthday. You can talk about it all the time. Okay, so Jasmine, John.
So I love Raja when he gives us his opinion in everything. Okay, I'm not gonna add anything, but I want to ask you a question like how we can basically bring back every single Tuesday on top of our training to have this new art of living BPM presentation and also Saturday mornings that we can have routinely invite guests Tuesdays and Saturdays on top of like what we are doing, that we can do live presentations or maybe recorded, I don't know, but to present this to invite guests every single Tuesday or Saturday or Wednesday, if we have like special hours, maybe recorded, that we can have more reaching out more people than
we're gonna announce something soon. We're gonna have a kind of like a recorded version of it, but it's just really powerful when you're just talking about it and get a group of people and then you interact with them, because the key is about interacting. And on the call we talked about, for example, there's 3 ways to do this. One, you do the new art of living for yourself. And then there's a new art of living for your new people. That's where taprooting comes in. And then the moment somebody gets licensed, you do the business shower, and that's where the 11 lights happen. Okay? But, you could totally do that. Tana. Give me some feedbacks, everybody. Give me some feedback. Give me some questions.
There's a few times in history where things change and shift. It's referred to as a paradigm shift. And yes. Tonight, I saw it this morning, and then I saw it in a new unit of time tonight, and I'm just going to tell you right now, there was a paradigm shift when everybody started doing virtual and Zoom in business. But to actually be in a philosophy state and not a business state is a paradigm shift. Do you understand? Because when you're selling something in business, you're selling something. A product, a service. This is not selling somebody a product or a service. It's selling them freedom. It's selling them something that they're already looking for. And every Monday morning, especially, they're looking for it, or Sunday nights. It's literally a paradigm shift in I don't even want to say it. You understand? Like it's huge.
We talked about on the call that with this, you guys earlier, that you can go back to every person that you've talked to before and talk to them about this. Because it's not the same, we're not in the same thing anymore. And the challenge was when we come to convention, we talk about this, and then you guys come back, and then you still talk about the business, and you still trying to recruit somebody, or it's like you still go back to your old way of thinking, and you're like, all right, let me just talk. We'll go back to the Lair presentation instead of saying, man, this is what it is. This is the new way of life. Understand this, and talking to every person about this, because you can talk to people who are super successful, and you can recruit them with this, but you can't recruit super people that people are super successful. Because they're so busy, they got so many different stuff going on. But with this, they all busy. People who are movers and shakers in society, when they see something big, they want to be a part of it. They want to be part of that mission. So, Sam.
First of all, Cash, thank you for this great time. You made it. I want to thank you, Reza. Is my mentor, someone who helps me a lot and give me a lot of positive energy whenever I'm down. Okay, and I'm so happy. My mind is empowering every day, and gives me this opportunity to fight for my life and for my future, for the mission. I was thinking, what's that? And you said challenge. Give me feedback. Believe me, it's so challenging when you are thinking in a different way, and all of a sudden someone says, okay, this is the way you can be successful.
Hold on,
You
Raja.
need to change that.
Hold on 1 second. Raja, we're finishing our base shop meeting. I'll call you back in a second. You want to say anything? Everybody's listening to you. New art of living. We're talking about new art of living. Say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Okay.
Yay, Raja.
All right, so see, he knew we were talking about it.
Nothing happens under 10 recruits. New slogan.
Okay, so go ahead, Sam.
And it's challenging when you want to do something different. Right now, tonight, I understood, I learned, okay, we need to do different. The way I was doing it was wrong. Maybe not wrong, it wasn't exactly the correct thing. So to be honest, it's challenging. I need to shift. I need to do it in a different way, in a new art of living. I need to change all my belief. Okay, we are doing this business, WFG, blah, 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 but we are not doing, we are part of life of the new art of living.
Yeah, WFG is just a platform we can provide this. Because isn't it true that the new art of living is new art of living? Yes or no? Right? Like, people need to learn, if you want to have multi-handed system driven, if you want to have time and money, you got to either learn investing, which in a long-term way, or you got to learn a business. None of these things has to do with WFG. And if you want to do either one of those two, you need to do self-improvement. And if you want to be happy, you need to do self-improvement. So it has nothing to do with WFG. It's just that on the WFG platform, we have a playing field that we can build a business. We're all equal, okay? And we can build a business, okay? We have vested interest in our people. So if we help them, they also can go build it. See, if I open up a trucking company, I have multi-handed income, but you can't have multi-handed income. You follow? And if I teach you how to have multi-handed income, you're gonna go become my competitor. But in a platform like this, we can all have multi-handed income, and I can actually teach you all my experiences in 15, 17 years. I can come teach you for free, okay? So that's the beauty of this. Also, it's a platform we can help people invest money, and while doing so, make money. So anyway, yes, you got to change that. Very good. Val, give me some.
The biggest one for me was recruiting on the spot, because you asked me recently on our one-on-one, you're like, Val, how did you used to get 30 recruits a month your first year? And we stepped away from that because I'm very coachable to you and I'm very literal. So when you say move do it this way, I'm ready to do it that way. We don't talk about the past. It's forward thinking. So how Katie and I got in, I was able to bring Katie on board was she came to me to sell me Kangen water. And I was like, you're going to stay stuck in single-handed. You can promote like great water, but let me show you multi-handed income. She's never seen a presentation. She came on board, made 6 appointments, 4 clients. You know, this week we have 8 appointments set up for her for step 1s. And then today also, I sent you a recording. I sat with somebody, Chelsea on my team. He's an investor. He has $1 million he wants to invest. And I was like, let me show you multi-handed income. I said, let's just get you started. It was just very simple, no presentation, 15-minute conversation. This is what we believe. We believe in self-improvement. It changed my life. I used to be, you know, this, and this, and now I'm this, and this. I'm continually working on myself. I never used to have time with my daughter. I get to be with you in Newport Beach today. Who doesn't want to have freedom of time? Who doesn't want to have something where there's no cap? And I cannot believe that I have the greatest family helping me on this journey.
Awesome. Love it. Let's go. Fired up. Nassim, let's go.
So I think that the new art of living, coming in about 5 months ago and only understanding the new art of living, going to boot camp, and really, really embracing what it is with all 3 of your leadership at Big Conference, it truly, truly impacted my personal belief in the system. And I spread that everywhere I go. And like I told Val in her speech during boot camp, she's intoxicating because she poured that belief into my cup. And I look at that as role model, inspirational. I want that. I'm going to go after that. And regardless of where you come from in the world, regardless of your educational background, regardless of your religion, whatever that may be, you have to set forth what you want and go after it. And I always looked at this 10 years ago in my career, back when I was a preschool teacher and now doing what I'm doing in compliance and healthcare in America. The planet's right there and you have your own red carpet. Just go. All the stars, all the dust, all this stuff is all still going to be there. Just go.
So talking about it, right? So he's like, you got to go out there. So, you know, one thing you got to do, we got to do your new art of living, by the way. You need to do a big one. You know a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can easily get like 20 just like that. I'm telling you right there in spot. So we need to figure that out. And we'll figure it out right now. And by the way, you guys, I know a lot of hands are up. And we just need to do a little bit of accountability on this. But I see Peter, you're up. So Peter, go ahead.
Yeah, biggest thing for me is just when we're talking about getting the mission from our head to our heart, you know, the philosophy. My background is education, nonprofit, and public. Like I work government, and so it's for me, it's even more empowering because I would do the work that I was doing for my job and wake up and do it no matter what. But now I have even something much more powerful to stand by that I would do this for free. You know, but we also get the chance to build our own wealth and abundance with other people and a team. So it's just awesome. It's just awesome to stand by philosophy because that's what we should be doing.
Good. You guys, so Reza, you go next, but let me just summarize what we talked about, okay? You got to get it from your head to your heart. This needs to be more talking about a mission than it is talking about the business, okay? Fast start is supposed to be like, who else do you know that needs to know about the new art of living? Let's go talk to them. The other thing that Raja talked about the new art of living, when you're doing the presentation, you gotta overcome the objection. It's like sometimes people want to, they make a decision about something, they want to make a decision about the new art of living with the old way of thinking, and that's not gonna happen. And all of these things that he said, you gotta say it so many times. As if I'm saying this, by the way, I'm learning how to use it just the same time as you are doing. Okay? I mean, I'm doing this presentation. I'm like, wow, that was pretty good. So, but it just needs to come from your heart. So, Reza, let's just go to you and let's end it right there.
Sure, Cash, thank you. So, yeah, you touched it about it. So, I'm not doing any more New Art of Living without closing them through the presentation. I'm not gonna do it, do a follow-up or collect appointments to close them later on. I'm just gonna close them right there on the spot. And another thing on the fast start thing that you mentioned, I actually have a fast start appointment right after this. And it is much easier, a lot easier to say, okay, how many people you want to show this New Art of Living thing, right? So it's a lot easier. So
I'm telling you, Reza, whenever next time we do the presentation, I'm telling you, I'm closing everybody right there and then. Because here's the thing you need to know about Diane. WFG is not for everybody. Our business is not for everybody. But the New Art of Living is for everybody.
yeah, and Cash, one last thing is, it was so big. Raja mentioned internalize New Art of Living. Because still sometimes I say to people, oh, we are in financials. The first thing comes out, okay, what do you do? We have a business in financials. No. It's no more financials. It's New Art of Living empowerment.
Yeah, it's like no more, like, what do you do? I own a financial services company. It's no longer that. I was like, what do you do? Yeah. Well, we teach people about the New Art of Living. Yeah. We think it's going to change the world. Yeah. Really? What is it? Well, let me tell you, Johnny, you good? You good? I'm telling you, Johnny, you can get 10 by the end of this month.
I got like 6, 7 pages.
I'm telling you, you can literally, you should be like, hey, you should have a thing, Johnny, at your house on Thursday night, literally. All of you guys, think about this. Ali Reza, you gotta have something in Thursday. You know how many business partners Ali Reza has had in the past? You know how many of them he can go back and actually bring on board with the New Art of Living? And here's the problem. We didn't listen to the rest of the video, but the problem is in your mind. The problem is in Andrew's mind. If Andrew started believing in the New Art of Living in this way, it's game over. You just got to believe in this thing. And I don't know how else to say it. I've been thinking about it all day. All I know is that I truly believe in it. All I know is that I could never close everybody, nor I wanted it. I didn't even want everybody, to be honest, whenever I did the presentation. But the New Art of Living is a different deal. It's like, you need this. Okay?
I literally wrote down, Cash, I swear to God, right here, to follow back with my old business partners. So I'm just going to go
back. We're in a different business, you guys. And I thought about this. We talk about on this call, be no longer in the same business. You have to understand, those of you guys who've been here for a year or so, you need to understand, like, we closed that business. That business is no longer there. What Diane knows of what Newport Beach was is no longer is.
A paradigm shift.
Complete paradigm shift. You got to decide today, okay? And you got to sit down with yourself and read it and analyze it and get it to your heart. And let us help you. Let us help you with this, okay? Let us help you with this so you can help other people. Okay, anyway, so I'm done talking about this, but I want to talk about it I know I'm going to be sleeping about like New Art of Living tonight. And I can't wait how many people we're going to bring on board. So we're going to create some breakouts. Daniela, can we regroup the breakouts? Okay. And what we're going to do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do some coaching. We're going to do some coaching. For those of you guys who wants to coaching, everybody else who doesn't need it, go. And we're grateful for you and thank you for being on the call. Everybody else, we're going to have some breakouts. Johnny, we're going to go over your numbers. We started earlier in the morning. We just want to see how we're going to get some people qualified for the SMD school, which is 3 business part of 3 clients. And it just needs to be a pure strategy, you guys. It needs to be pure strategy. I'm telling you right now, we had, Johnny was on a call. And just so you guys know, Johnny's never beat us ever in his lifetime when it comes to recruiting. Okay, but they're beating us right now, which is, you need to understand this as a team. It's like embarrassing, just so you know. Like, we are so good. We've been so good when it was like no New Art of Living. Okay, we've been the best recruiters in the company, forever, Daniela. And we need to get this thing. This is our space. Okay, nobody's gonna come to our space and take our space. I'm just saying. Navi, okay? So we need to go all out, Jasmine, John, okay? So, do you have the breakouts, Daniela? if you need a breakout room, raise your hand. So SMDs, MDs, if you need a breakout room for your team, raise your hand so we create a breakout room. I'll be here in the main room. So these people that are raising their hands, can you create a breakout rooms for them, please? Peter, you stay with me. Peter, have you got your ticket for SMD school yet?
Not yet.
Okay. It's in Nashville, 567. Not Nashville. Knoxville. Okay.
Next weekend?
Yeah, not this weekend. Next weekend. 2 weekends from now. Where have you been? We've been saying this forever. Okay. Okay. Peter, you better be there. Okay.
So you put me in a breakout room. I have a question to ask you.
Okay. Yeah, but Daniela, you make a breakout for Val, Shantae, Somaya, Letitia, and Nicole.
Yes, it'll be made.
Already open.
Okay, so you guys you can join them, and you can ask me the question, Shantae, but you can join. You can join them. Jasmine, do you need a room? You don't need a room. Okay.
They're open, right?
They're
I
open.
want to stay with you guys.
Okay, but people need to join them. Okay, Letitia's people and Letitia. Somaya went there. Nicole, go to your room. Okay, go ahead, Shantae. Before you jump on, go ahead.
Yeah, so my question was not necessarily what we talked about today. It's more of just a recruiting question. So tomorrow, I'm having 2 events tomorrow. One is the New Orleans event and a college planning event. So I was referred by a man who built up a companies, $1 billion companies, and he got let go yesterday. So he's in Florida. So he's in Central Florida, and his job ended. And so we talked maybe like briefly, 15 minutes. He's interested. He's coming to the New Art of Living presentation tomorrow. I spoke about you because you live in Florida. And so he said, okay, well, let me know. I said, well, I may try to get you introduced with Cash. So my question to you is, would you be open to having a conversation with him tomorrow? He's a successful businessman, lost his job. So he's really down right now. So he's like, well, Raja was talking about needing hope. So I'm going to do the New Art Living presentation with him tomorrow.
So what did he used to do?
So he used to work for a company, I don't know, the company is called, let me look it up, hold on, Cash.
Doesn't matter. What did he do? Was he an engineer? Is he the guy I'm just trying to what type of
No,
job?
he wasn't an engineer. No. He worked for companies. It was like consulting almost, so to speak. So he was in something role like that, where he actually built a $1 billion companies, they profit. So he's a builder. So he built up businesses. So he was referred by someone else to me, and we talked briefly because he had to get on the call. But we spoke just enough to know that he's interested in doing this, and he was looking to start his own business next year. But they let him go. He was a 1099 person. So
Okay.
he wasn't
Why do you think I should talk to him? I just want to know what you.
Well, the reason why, I think because I think he's gonna be solid. He's a builder, and I just want you to talk to him. Just kind of talk to him. That's all. Just want you to introduce him. That's all.
Well,